If you're looking for the best Fender Stratocasters, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. If you want to get a good quality Fender Stratocasters according to your needs, then watch the video till the end and then decide to buy. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Fender Player Stratocaster. The Fender Player Series Stratocaster is the base model in the Fender branded lineup. The test model we received had a gorgeous buttercream finish, giving it some real vintage vibes. The finish was really well applied, and the gloss poly top coat finished the look off well. It had a maple neck and fretboard, which we found to be a great pairing for the buttercream body. The neck profile was Fender's fantastic modern C-shape, which offers a great blend of comfort and speed. It's slim enough for players with smaller hands, but not so skinny that larger players will end up fatigued. The fret finish was superb, with nicely beveled edges and well-polished crowns. The overall quality of the hardware was great, with seemingly no corners cut. While this is definitely a guitar that you can modify easily, the components are stage and studio ready out of the box, so there's no need to worry about upgrades. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Squier Affinity Stratocaster FMTHSS Sienna Sunburst. Squier is Fender's budget import brand, and in years gone by, their reputation wasn't exactly stellar, but things have recently taken a huge turn for the better. This Squier Affinity Series HSS Stratocaster, for example, has one of the best looking finishes ever applied to a Strat, with a stunning flame maple veneer painted in Sienna Sunburst. The neck and fretboard were both maple. The neck had a full C profile, which was chunkier than we'd have expected on a non-vintage style guitar, especially one aimed at new players. Despite the girth, we found that it felt good, and as the back felt almost unfinished, it played fast. We found the fret fancy to be great considering the price. The crowns weren't polished, but they weren't rough either. Fret edges were flush with the edge of the fretboard, with no burrs, sprout, or sharp parts that would cause discomfort. The number 3 position is held by Squier Bullet Stratocaster. The Squier Bullet Stratocaster is a simple, affordable guitar aimed at beginner players. It comes with a tremolo arm, although we recommend avoiding severe dive bombing on this guitar as it will likely go out of tune. For this kind of abuse, we'd recommend a locking trem system. Anyway, HT or hardtail models are also available. These come with a fixed bridge, rather than a tremolo. This guitar is light in weight thanks to its basswood body. This means it doesn't have the snap and twang of a maple or ash guitar, but will sound sufficiently close to classic Strat recordings that beginners will enjoy playing it. Next at number 4 we have Squier Classic Vibe Stratocaster. The Classic Vibe Stratocaster is the first entry on this list for intermediate guitar players. Bodies in the Classic Vibe series are made from Naito wood, a soft wood often used as a replacement for mahogany. This wood lends these guitars a warmer, darker tone than the ash or alder of a genuine vintage Stratocaster. It also massively reduces the production cost, making the Classic Vibe Stratocaster very affordable. The Classic Vibe series features models based on Fender's 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s models. The main differences between them are aesthetic, with the 70s model boasting a larger headstock. The 70s model also has the option of a humbucking pickup in the bridge position, a nod to Fender's first introduction of a non-single coil pickup on the Stratocaster. These models feature nickel hardware, a maple neck, and Fender-designed single-coil pickups. The number 5 position is held by American Ultra Stratocaster. Going into some of those high-end territories, the American Ultra Stratocaster comes as one of Fender's most prestigious electric guitars. This model is made of quality materials, bringing some of the best traits among all Stratocasters. Looking at its price tag, it's obvious that it's intended for professional players, which you can also see with its traits. While we have some classic design and build traits that you find on most Strats, this one brings in a special set of pickups, improved bridge, and locking tuners. Of course, the body is made out of alder, just like most of Fender Stratocasters. However, there are also versions with an ash body, although alder is more common with Ultra Strats. But comparing it to some cheaper models, the Ultra series brings tonewoods of better quality. The number 6 position is dominated by Fender Player Stratocaster HSS. Another one from the Player series, this Strat comes with almost the same specs as the previous one. The only difference is the humbucker pickup in the bridge position. With such a configuration, you'll be able to cover some heavier territories. I'd say that this particular Strat comes in handy for those who play hard rock and classic heavy metal, although it's useful for plenty of other guitar-oriented genres as well. Other than that, it's a pretty comfortable instrument to play, just like the regular version that we already described above. As already mentioned, the specs are the same except for the pickups. Once again, we have a classic Strat with a body made of alder and a standard maple neck with a maple fretboard forming a bolt-on construction with the body. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Deluxe Stratocaster. Although it seems similar to the Ultra series, the Deluxe Stratocaster is a somewhat stripped-down version of it. Nonetheless, this instrument can deliver not only a great tone but also a very comfortable and user-friendly performance. We have a standard alder body, although not as prestigious compared to the Ultra series. This is followed by a maple neck and a standard maple fretboard in all of the model's variants. The number 8 position is held by Limited Heavy Metal Stratocaster. And here we come to Fender's twist to the Super Strat concept. Clearly inspired by the 1980s, both in terms of features and aesthetics, Limited Heavy Metal Strat takes you to shred town with its thin C-profile neck, 17-inch fretboard radius, and a very unusual and rare scale length of 25.1 inches. It's all accompanied by amazing heavy metal pickups in their HSS configuration. But aside from the slightly aggressive tone of these pickups, you can do pretty much any genre with this instrument. It's also a popular model among jazz fusion players. Making a basswood Stratocaster is somewhat weird, but it works quite well in this setting. Aside from that, we have a standard maple neck with the addition of a rosewood fretboard. Next at number 9 we have Dave Murray's signature Stratocaster. Although not a super Strat, Dave Murray's signature Strat is intended for virtuoso players who love heavier tones. We have a classic design and traits of old-school Strats, with the addition of a Floyd Rose tremolo, Seymour Duncan hot rails pickups, and a comfortable C-neck. It's a pretty great and practical instrument for any metal player who still likes some classic features. Aside from an alder body and maple neck, the guitar comes with a rosewood fretboard, puts it closer to those classic 60s Strats. Other than that, it's obvious that these are specially selected quality materials, putting this guitar ahead of many of this price category. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Stevie Ray Vaughan's signature Stratocaster. A guitar paying tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan, this signature Strat takes things to some twangy bluesy territories. It's all followed by an unusual reverse tremolo bridge, with the handle taking the top instead of the bottom position. Of course, the guitar's design also adds SRV initials, putting it in the high-end blues category aesthetically and sonically wise. Aside from the standard alder body and maple neck, it's accompanied by Palfero fretboard. These are all specially selected high-end materials, which adds to the instrument's great tone and durability. That's all for today. We upload music product review videos in every single day. So, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for the upcoming video notification.